Hey guys, I am AfroGeek PlusUltraNappy, and welcome to basically what this is an update video. Um, it's gonna be raw, really not much editing. I shouldn't say raw because there might be a little editing, but not. Actually, no, it's raw. Screw it. I don't feel like this isn't a video where I think needs to be perfect in any way, shape, or form. This is just an update video slash just a discussion video. And I know what you guys probably are thinking, where am I? Because this definitely isn't my normal background. Well, I am out in my living room at my place. Uh, Usually most of my videos are recorded in my room. Uh, if you hear that weird noise, that's just my dog drinking water. Because like I said, I'm out in my living room. I'm not in my room to where I could like close my door and just kind of keep everything like outside noises out. But the kind of apartment I live in, it's kind of hard to kind of do that because the walls aren't as thin, but it's one of those old kind of like city apartments to where you can kind of hear everybody else and stuff like that. So that's just how it is. So if you hear noises, I can't control that. And then you'll probably hear noises from my dog throughout the video too. Um, so first and foremost, I I basically beat cancer, which is a good thing. Earlier, or late last year in November or December, I mentioned to you guys that I was diagnosed with stage 1 Hodgkin's lymphoma. And I know, as even though it's a curable cancer, it's still cancer and it sucks. Uh, and I went through 6 months of chemotherapy, and then on June 26th of this year, I had my final chemo appointment, which was nice because I tell you guys, going through chemo, not fun. All the chemicals and toxins in your body and stuff, and it's just, the whole lose your appetite, and all that stuff. It's just, you feel nauseous all the time. I never puked, which is a good thing. I never puked while having chemo. I've come close, but not actually doing it. But mostly what I went through was just a lot of nausea. That's what I really went through, was just a lot of nausea. And that's what sucked. Of course, I took medicine for that. I was on steroids, which throughout the process, being on the steroids caused me to have a huge increase in my blood sugar, which spiked up from that, and also I think from my eating habits too. I don't want to say it was all. The doctors and stuff said it was mostly from the steroids, but I mean, my eating habits also have a part in this too, because I used to eat really crappy. I still somewhat kind of do, but I've changed a bit after that incident. I was in the hospital from April to May. I don't know if I've talked about this in the video or not, but I was there for about maybe 4 days in the hospital. Just they wanted to make sure my blood sugars were low enough for me to basically leave. And hospitals suck. I'm like terrified to death of hospitals. I really don't like. I don't like them at all. But so other than that, I'm good. I have to get a PET scan done this Friday just to make sure everything is good to go. Even though my oncologist said we should be fine, knock on wood. But we should be good to go since I had the extra chemo appointments. I might have to do radiation. I'm not too entirely sure, but we'll just have to wait and see, because I have my PET scan this Friday, and then I speak with my oncologist next Friday about the results and everything. So, yeah. So that's, basically why, if you haven't seen any videos up on my channel in like a few weeks, it's because I wanted to take a break after chemo. I kind of wanted to just have some me time, and while going through chemo, my anxiety and depression have reached an all-time high. I'm not even gonna sit here and say, "Oh yeah, I've been good the whole time." No, there are times to where I've been really miserable, and I felt like, even though I had friends and family supporting me, I felt like I was alone. And you know, that's the depression. And then the anxiousness, where every time I had chemo, I would always, whenever something was going on, like if I had you know, if I had problems digesting my food, or if I had, you know, like a dull chest pain from all eating certain foods and trap gas and all this other stuff, I would like freak out thinking I was gonna die or something like that. And it was not fun because, one, I'm a hypochondriac, so there was that. And then, there's, like I said, there's that. And it just wasn't fun time for me. And I've had a few mental breakdowns throughout that. I feel like I could feel myself getting teary-eyed talking about this, because like part of me wants to like just cry right now, but I've cried so much that it's almost like kind of hard to do it some more, because I've cried so much throughout this. And like I said, I've had a few mental breakdowns, and before you say anything, I'm not suicidal. I haven't had thoughts of killing myself or harming others or anything like that. It's just, I think, like I said, the anxiousness from me always feeling like the littlest thing off, I was gonna die, or I would have to go back to the hospital or something like that. There's that. Even though my blood work and everything has been fine, except for my blood sugars that happened late in April. Besides that, which, as I don't know why I'm telling you guys medical stuff, but besides that, everything else has been fine with me. But I think the depression really just comes from the fact that I was diagnosed with cancer, and that I had to go through chemo, and sometimes I felt weak, like I couldn't do anything. Not to mention I was going through this while there's a pandemic going on. And at first, like January and February before the lockdown, everything was like cool, I wasn't tripping. But then when March hit and places started to, close and all that stuff, it didn't bother me at first, but then it was kind of like, no, yeah, this sucks. And then eventually my work closed. I was still getting paid though. I still get paid. I'm not back at work right now, but hopefully I will be soon. I just have to wait a while. But I think it's just from the fact that I would get so miserable, because other people got to go in the grocery stores, other people got to go out and about, people got to go to work, and I was just stuck in the house, not really able to see my friends or family. For a while, I've only been around, or for the most part, I've just been around my mom and my girlfriend and her family. But I haven't really, gone out to any stores since. I haven't been in a store since March. Because the last time I think I went in a store later that day, I ended up getting a fever. And boy, that was a whole mess. And I don't have COVID. I know what you're thinking, I don't. I just had a virus. That was all. Back in March. And I was worried that I had COVID because they made me do a COVID test because not a COVID test, but like a virtual screening because I had the fever and a cough. You know, it didn't tell me I needed to take a test, and my oncologist didn't think I needed to take a test either. So she just gave me some medicine, and I took some other medicines too, like NyQuil and stuff, and then my fever broke. After a few days, my fever broke and stuff, so. Um, and then there are just times to where I feel, I don't know, there's just times to where I feel alone. Like, and I know nobody's going to understand because there are people that have been in my footsteps, but my family and some of my friends, they may know to a certain degree, but they themselves, it's like they can't experience what I'm going through because they themselves have never been diagnosed with cancer. They've never gone through chemo. But I'm sure there are some friends out there who can relate to some degree what I'm going through. And it's just terrible. There are times to where I have to like force myself to do stuff because I'll be so depressed to where I don't want to do anything. You know? Like, I just want to sit on the couch, watch TV, or not even play video games. And I love to play video games. And it's just it's not a good time. Currently, I'm looking into speaking to a therapist. You know, I feel like that would be best for me. You know, because I haven't hit this. I haven't been like this since summer of 2015, and that was when I graduated from high school. And during that summer, I kind of hit a all-time low for a little minute. But I bounced back. And then 2016 was also a very depressing year. But I always managed to bounce back. And then recently it just feels like it's not as easy to bounce back. And it almost feels like because of what I went through with cancer and everything, I lost a part of myself. Like, a part of it was taken away from me. Like, a part of me was I feel like I lost who I was. If that makes any sense. Sorry, I'm trying not to cry. But, sometimes it's okay to show your emotions and to feel a certain way instead of leaving things bottled up, because that's not good. To leave things bottled up, it just makes things worse. That's why I encourage anyone who's out there. I know some people don't want a handout and, don't want to be told what to do, because I'm somewhat like that. But if you are struggling with anxiety and depression and even suicidal thoughts, speak to someone. If you know someone who's going through a hard time right now, reach out to them. Because you never know if it's going to be the last time you speak to them or not. And I know it may seem like I'm being dramatic and stuff, but this is just how I feel. And after chemo, I was good. I was good. I wasn't anxious. I wasn't depressed. I for once felt happy, like truly happy. And just seeing all the support on Facebook and Instagram from me doing this, me finishing this rough journey, even from people that I went to school with that really necessarily didn't fuck with me, reached out, and it just felt great for once that people cared, or maybe some people You know, part of me is like, oh, maybe some people don't really care. They were just like, oh, okay, whatever. He had this. I didn't know that. I'll love the comments, or I'll love the post, or I'll like it, whatever. But I don't think like that. Any little bit of support, any little love, care means a lot to me. And if you yourself, like I said, is going through a rough time, please, or know somebody, speak up, reach out to that person. Because just by even talking it out, you'll be surprised at how much it helps when you talk it out with someone. Regardless if they're a professional or not. You can reach out to a loved one, a friend, anyone. Hell, even talking to your dog maybe might even help you. Just don't keep your emotions bottled in. Because I'm telling you, I still to this day sometimes do that, and it doesn't make it better. It just really makes everything 100 times worse. So, I hate to just switch topics like this, but besides that and everything, I'll be okay. I'll be alright. And then videos, like I said, will resume shortly. I just need a little bit of a break. And I know I've been taking breaks here and there on the channel, and it's, soon it will be a year since I started this channel. In like 2 months it'll be a year. Which is crazy to think that I started this whole new channel, and I almost like I wanted a fresh start, and it's nice. And the fact that I don't care if I don't have that many subscribers, I just appreciate any little support you guys show me. You know, I don't care if people don't, subscribe to my Patreon or whatever. Just you watching the video means the world to me. And I just want you to know that I care. And thank you. Seriously. This channel is almost like an escape. And it feels great to kind of have that. But once videos resume, you'll see new stuff. Like I have some skits in stores. I have hopefully my anime review for my first girlfriend as a gal should be out soon as well. Don't know how soon, but it should be out soon. And I have other videos too. And if there's anything you guys would like to see me do on the channel, feel free to hit me up, regardless if it's through Twitter, in the comments section, or even on Facebook. But I think I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys for watching. I am AfroGeek, otherwise known as Edward, and thank you.